If there's one thing every traveler should know by now, it's that TSA rules are always changing. Just when you think you've got it all figured out, a new rule shows up, and suddenly, your favorite travel hack could land you in hot water. The worst mistake you can make before heading to the airport is assuming you know all the rules. That kind of overconfidence can cost you time, money, and even your flight. In 2025, the TSA has rolled out a fresh batch of changes that could seriously throw you off if you're not paying attention. Some things that used to be allowed, banned. And surprisingly, a few things that were once off limits are now totally fine. So before you book that next flight or start packing your bag, here are new TSA carry-on rules for 2025 you need to know. We're going to start with the annoying 311 rule. All right, before you roll your eyes and go, "Who doesn't know this by now?" Hold up. Because according to the TSA's official Instagram page, which, by the way, is surprisingly helpful, over 130 million travelers in the year 2024 forgot the most basic airport rule. Don't bring a full water bottle through security. Yep, 130 million people had to toss their water bottle. So clearly, we need a reminder, because this one mistake leads to delays, extra bag searches, and a whole lot of unnecessary stress. So, what does 3-1-1 actually mean? The 3 stands for 3.4 ounces, or 100 milliliters, which is the maximum container size allowed for any liquid, gel, or aerosol in your carry-on. Now, the TSA only cares about the size of the container, not how much is left inside. So, if you've got a half-empty tube of toothpaste in a 4-ounce container, that's still getting confiscated. They don't care that it's half full. They only see that 4 ounces label and chuck it into the bin. If it sprays, spreads, pours, pumps, smears, or basically refuses to hold its shape outside the container, it counts as a liquid. That includes stuff like foundation, lotion, whipped cream. Yes, someone has tried it, and even peanut butter. No joke. The first 1 refers to one quart-sized, clear, resealable bag that holds all your travel-size liquids. And yes, it has to be transparent so TSA officers can see everything without digging through it. Most people just grab a Ziploc sandwich bag, and that works just fine. Others use reusable travel pouches, which are super common in North America, but might raise eyebrows at certain international airports. So if you're flying overseas, maybe stick to the basics. The second one? That just means 1 bag per passenger. No, you can't carry 2 little bags of lotion because they're tiny. TSA doesn't play that game. Now, if you're tired of stressing over liquid limits at airport security, here's a low-key genius hack most people sleep on. Stock up on those free quart-sized liquid bags you sometimes find at the entrance of security lines. Yup, they're usually just sitting there in a little box, free for the taking. Grab a couple, thank yourself later. Even with this rule, there are some surprising exceptions that a lot of people don't know about. And yes, you can actually bring full-size liquids through security in certain cases, and it's totally legal. This includes liquid meds, even if they're in pre-filled pens or syringes, like insulin or other injectables. Steroid creams used for stuff like psoriasis, eczema, or dermatitis? Yep, those are allowed too. Just make sure you keep them in their original containers with proper pharmacy labels. Next, we've got over-the-counter stuff. We're talking about things like saline solution for contact lenses, cough syrups like Dayquil or NyQuil, cold meds, and even liquid nutritional drinks like Ensure. You'd be surprised how many people think they can't bring that stuff through. But if it's medically necessary, you're good to go. Medical creams and gels, those count too. That includes things like Neosporin, hydrocortisone, topical pain relievers like Icy Hot or Voltaren, and even eczema creams like Aquaphor or Eucerin Healing Ointment. TSA actually considers these medical items, so the size limit doesn't apply. And if you're traveling with kids or babies, you're totally covered. Breast milk, baby formula, juice boxes, and even pureed baby food pouches are all fair game. Just tell the TSA agent you've got them. They might want to screen it separately, but they won't toss it. You can also bring ice packs to keep everything cold, as long as it's to preserve these items. By the end of 2025, a lot of these rules might get way more relaxed. Thanks to new CT scanning technology, kind of like what they already use at Atlanta, JFK, and LAX, you might soon be able to bring shampoo, perfume, sunscreen, full-size body wash, and other big liquid bottles through security without the 3.4-ounce drama. But not all airports have upgraded yet. So before you show up to the gate with your favorite 12-ounce coconut conditioner, check the TSA guidelines and the specific airport's website. You don't want to be that person holding up the line while they throw your expensive stuff away. If you're enjoying this video, click the like and subscribe button. Also, turn on post notifications so you can be notified when we post new and exciting contents like this one. All right, now let's talk about something almost every traveler packs these days: power banks. We love them. They keep our phones alive during those long-haul flights, airport layovers, and chaotic travel days. But here's the part that most people don't realize. Not all power banks are actually allowed on planes, and messing this up could get you into some serious trouble. You see, on January 28th, 2025, something scary happened. A flight with Air Busan, about to take off from Gimhae International Airport in South Korea, had to be evacuated, all because of a suspected portable battery fire. Yeah, a power bank literally started smoking right there on the plane before it even got off the ground. And this isn't some isolated incident. There's a real reason why airlines and aviation authorities are now cracking down hard on power bank regulations. These things may look innocent, but they can be a major fire risk, especially the larger ones. Power banks over 160 watt-hours, which is around 32,000 milliamp hours, are strictly banned. Doesn't matter if it's in your backpack or your checked suitcase. If it's that powerful, it's not coming on the plane. Period. Power banks up to 100 watt-hours, around 20,000 milliamp hours, are generally allowed, but only in your carry-on, never your checked bag. But even if you follow all the rules, that doesn't mean you're totally in the clear. Remember the Busan incident? That power bank was actually allowed under airline rules, still caught fire, still led to a full emergency evacuation. Thankfully, the plane hadn't taken off yet, but imagine if that happened mid-flight. Another interesting thing to take note of is the new restrictions on smart luggages. Okay, so you've got one of those fancy smart suitcases, you know, the kind that can charge your phone, weigh itself, maybe even track your location. Super convenient, right? Well, not so fast. Because in 2025, there's one major rule that could totally ruin your trip if you ignore it. If your smart luggage has a built-in battery that cannot be removed, it's officially banned from a growing number of airlines. That sleek, tech-packed suitcase could literally get turned away at the check-in counter. And honestly, a smart bag that gets rejected before takeoff isn't looking all that smart anymore. So, why is this a thing? It all comes down to, you guessed it, battery safety. We've seen way too many incidents where lithium-ion batteries overheat or even catch fire during flights. So now, more airlines are enforcing a simple rule. If the battery can't be removed, the bag can't fly. This applies to both carry-on and checked luggage. Even if your airline allows smart bags in the cabin, the built-in battery must be removable, no exceptions. And if you're checking the bag, that battery has to be removed entirely before you hand it over. Before you head to the airport, take a second to check your suitcase. Look for a removable power bank compartment. It's usually on the inside, near the handle or zipper area. If the battery is built in and sealed, meaning you can't pull it out yourself, that bag is no longer travel-friendly. If you can remove it, bring it with you in your carry-on. Never pack it in your checked bag. Because here's the thing. If you show up at the airport and they say your suitcase is a fire hazard, your only options are buy a new bag on the spot, which is not cheap, ditch your luggage, or miss your flight. None of those sound like a great start to your vacation. Next up, let's talk about the stuff you should absolutely not be packing in your carry-on. We all know the obvious stuff: no knives, no explosives, and no oversized liquids. Thanks again, 311 rule. But what if I told you a bag of flour could land you in a not-so-fun convo with airport security? Some completely normal, everyday items are banned from carry-ons, and unless you're trying to become the main character in a TSA training video, you'll want to double-check your bag before heading to the airport. First up, powders. A bag of flour, protein powder, or even baby powder over 12 ounces can raise red flags. TSA agents might pull you aside, open your bag, and swab it like it's a top-secret chemical. Powders are a known security concern, and if they can't easily identify what it is, it might end up in the trash, or worse, cause delays. So if you really need to travel with baking ingredients or supplements, keep it under the limit or check it in. Next, if you're bringing a thermometer, you need to check the type. If it's a mercury thermometer, it's a hard no. These little glass tubes might seem harmless, but if they break mid-flight, you're dealing with a toxic spill hazard, and nobody wants that at 30,000 feet. So if you're packing one, go with digital or alcohol-based thermometers only. Anything else is probably staying at security. Also, your tent poles, stakes, and metal gear might not fly, literally. TSA considers them potential weapons, and they won't let them through in your carry-on. Even those compact aluminum ones that seem super harmless can get flagged. So if you're heading to the great outdoors, check that gear or prepare to camp at Lost and Found. Now, if you pack a tiny multi-tool and think it is fine, think again. Even if it fits in your palm, if it has a blade of any kind, it's probably getting confiscated. Some airlines ban multi-tools altogether, no matter the blade length. TSA's rule is simple. If it cuts, it checks. And let's not forget scissors. They're only allowed if the blades are under 4 inches, 10 centimeters. But even then, agents might give them the side eye. Box cutters, shears, or anything that vaguely looks like a knife, big number. So if your sewing kit has grandma's vintage scissors in it, you might want to rethink that packing decision. This one surprises people, but even toy weapons are banned. That bright orange toy gun you packed for your kid? It's not making it through. TSA doesn't care if it's plastic, neon, or obviously fake. If it resembles a weapon, it's not flying. Same goes for foam swords, toy nunchucks, or anything that looks like it came from a costume aisle at Spirit Halloween. If something even remotely looks like a weapon, they're not taking chances. TSA agents don't have time to second-guess whether that's a toy or a threat. So, the golden rule? If it looks dangerous, leave it at home. So, what do you think about this? Did we miss anything important? Let us know down in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching!